So I'm going to be talking about the parable of the vineyard workers. So this is in Matthew chapter 20 from verse 1. So for the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire labourers for his vineyard. Now when he had agreed with the labourers for a denarius a day, he basically it's money, currency. Anyway, he sent them into his vineyard, and he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said to them, "You also go into the vineyard, and whatever is right I will give you." So they went. Again he went out about the sixth and ninth hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle, and said to them, "Why have you been standing here idle all day?" They said to him, "Because no one hired us." He said to them, "You also go into the vineyard, and whatever is right you will receive." So when evening had come, the owner of the vineyard said to his steward, "Call the labourers and give them their wages, beginning with the last to the first." And then those who came, who were hired about the 11th hour, they each received denarius. But when the first came, they supposed they would receive more, and they likewise received each a denarius. And when they had received it, they complained against the landowners, saying, "These last men have worked only 1 hour, and you made them equal to us who have borne the burden and the heat of the day." But he answered one of them and said, "Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take what is yours and go your way. I wish to give to the last man the same as you. It is not lawful for me to do what I wish with my own things, or is your eye evil because I am good? So the last will be first, and the first last. For many are called, but a few are chosen." So we are living in a society where the more you do, the more we work, the more reward we get. That's why we live in a society where there's hundreds of people or thousands of people that are that are currently going through like major burnout, because we feel that the more that we do, the more rewarded or the more we get recognized. But if we go back to the beginning of this parable, it says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like." So this parable teaches us that God's grace isn't the same as earth's grace. Well, earth's grace isn't really grace, it's just, it's earth and its rewards is not the same. God doesn't reward us depending on how much we put in, into the kingdom. That's not how it works. How he rewards us is he rewards us on what we deserve. It's not as what we put in. That's why the whole thing of where some doctrines believe the more that you put into the false doctrines, should I say, I'm not naming any, but they feel that the more they put into serving God, the more they get rewarded in heaven. But that's not how it works. That's not how God's grace works. He gives us what we deserve. As long as we bring up the cross and we follow Jesus, that's all that's needed. Obviously, serving and stuff comes after, but that's not what God's grace is. You can, if you want to, obviously go into ministry and all that sort of thing, and you can do that if you feel that you're called to, but don't feel that you need to do it, because otherwise you're not going to have the same kind of favour when you're in heaven. When we're in heaven, everyone is treated the same. When this world is over and earth becomes heaven, it's the same thing. We're all going to be treated the same. We're not treated differently. God's grace isn't like that. He doesn't put people above other people because they've done more work. That's not how it works. Jesus treats us the same. As long as we follow his commandments, we follow Jesus, we're all on the same level. So as you see the comparison between what heaven is like, or what earth was supposed to be like, compared to what society is right now. But just remember that God doesn't reward us depending on how much effort we put into it. That's not how it works. We don't get bigger rewards. God doesn't give his, people who put more into the kingdom, he doesn't give them bigger rewards. That's not how it works. That is not how it is. He treats us equally.